Hey everybody, this is Joey B here at Knowledge This Degree, presented by Blind Knowledge here on the Blind Knowledge Network. It has been a long time, a long time since you've heard this voice and probably never seen this face, but you better get used to it because Blind Knowledge is coming for you. Well, it's not coming for you with vengeance, it's coming for you with love. We're at blindknowledge.com. Right now, this is the Spotlight series with me, Joey B, of Knowledge This Degree, and my friend here. This is Swaggar Dagger out of New York, out of Valley Stream, New York. Also goes by JohnnyTheDreamChaser. Johnny, what's up, my dude?
Joey, what's up, my guy? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, it's a good night. It's a good night. It's good to see you. It's about time, man. It's about time.
Absolutely.
I have so many questions because, I randomly found you on, I think it was Instagram or SoundCloud or wherever it was.
Yeah.
And, for me, I'm a musician going back to when I was 16. I played guitar forever, played drums and bass and all kinds of little things.
Nice.
I recognize real, real recognize real kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
I recognize good talent. I heard your music and I just was like, damn, we got to get this guy on for an interview. And here we are.
We did it. We did it.
Thanks for joining me. So from what I understand, man, you're 24 years old. You're out of Valley Stream, New York.
Yes, sir.
And you are a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
And recently your album just dropped. Can you tell us a little bit about the name of the album and what you got going on with it, whether promotion wise or what's going on with that?
Yeah, so I just dropped my album like almost 2 months ago called In Swaggar We Trust. It's my very first project ever that I've ever dropped in, like, ever.
Cool.
Like it's been a very long time coming, I think. And it's very just like my introduction and like sort of reintroduction to who I am, you feel me? So I think it's just very it's been such a long time that, because before this I wasn't even able to even get in the studio. I didn't even have money at the time, and I was just like,
wow.
But around I was just pretty much like just putting out my own content on Instagram though. That was like the only way I was able to really be able to get people to notice me. I think that was really the only way for me to really not only establish my talents, but also just like let people see me who I am, and just sort of get that glimpse of who I am as an artist. And then people have always been asking me over the years like, oh man, what's his music gonna sound like? And I think now, and I'm just very excited that it's even out to begin with.
Yeah, it must be exciting. Yeah, you started at the bottom. Not to go into a Drake song, man, but you started at the bottom, which is where all musicians start. We all start somewhere. We start from the jump, and you've worked your way up. You're using Instagram. You're basically, there's something called guerrilla marketing where, you put bumper stickers on the back of stop signs and you throw around flyers to promote yourself, on the underground. You're basically doing that with music, basically. You're unsigned and you've been doing this a while. How did you get from that point of Instagram, basements, maybe, Fruity Loops, using those programs and the beat makers? How did you go from there to now you got your own album?
Well, definitely, because I've had my own job on the side, so I've definitely been able to I've been blessed enough to, utilize those things, and just being able to know. I think it's just certainly just knowing the right people. I think it's just knowing the right people to really be able to really work with, and I think that's just what you really need to trust with, as far as people with your vision, and just a certain people in your corner. And if you get those people in your corner invested in you, and as long as you just keep that energy going, because there was some point I didn't even know if I wanted to make music anymore at some point.
Wow.
But it was just more so the fact of at the time I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be should I still be doing this at this age, but I think it was just that feel and that hunger inside of me that was just more it was that innate reaction in me just to keep going. So I think it was just more
hunger.
Yeah. I mean, it's just hunger, you know what I mean? And I think to say the least, I think I was very grateful, you know, to even make it at least this far, and which I never thought would happen ever. You know what I mean?
Right
So I
on.
think that's what I mean. I just take it one step at a time, and I just try to count my blessings more and more every day.
That's humble, my man. Swagger Dagger on here. This is Knowledge, this degree here on Blind Knowledge. If you've never heard of Johnny the Dream Chaser, but Swagger Dagger. I always call him Johnny the Dream Chaser because I love that name. Yeah. And I think it's like you could do like an alter ego thing. You could be Swagger Dagger and Johnny the Dream Chaser. Hit him with both. But hey, man, we got Swagger Dagger, and you know, it's interesting, man. It's got to be tough. Like for me, you know, I don't want to get into my story, but from what I understand, you know, when we all start as musicians, or in your case, an artist, a legit rapper writing his own stuff, you know, it's tough to get out there and get heard, especially today. Like, you know, trying to get signed and just trying to find a place to play, just trying to find a venue that'll take you on. That's got to be tough, man, especially in your neck of the woods over in New York. Yeah, it's got to be competitive.
It's. I think the one thing I think is just really at least the one thing that's definitely stood out for me is like just my transparency, my honesty, and just me trying to provide good energy, even though it's like, even though sometimes it's a jungle, it can be definitely a jungle as far as like, you know, just trying to like, you know, it's like every day you're like just rolling the dice, trying to make something great. And, you know, and even sometimes like, even when you have like those like mental blocks in your head, and like just those like, you know, like sometimes you have those doubts in your mind and you're just like
negative thoughts. Yes.
Yeah, like
they creep up.
They creep up on you, dude. Like they creep up on you real quick. But I think the cool thing about it is, amongst all of it all, you know, I think as long as you just keep pushing and looking past that, and just keep pushing forward, I think that's just what the end result is. Because like, you know, sometimes I was just lucky enough to go, you know, back from like, let's say from Brooklyn to Queens, and I had to go like to different areas just to perform, you know what I mean? Like I have to pay, like I have to, you know, work with like,
and not have to pay, that's a lot of people don't know that when you're coming up, you gotta actually pay to play. And
you gotta pay to play.
When you go past pay to play to get paid to play, that's when the professional part comes in. That makes you a pro.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still just getting my feet wet at the same time. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I have a long way more to go. But I love what I do as far as like just being. I love what I do as an artist and just really writing and performing. I mean, recording is kind of like the middle part of it, but writing and performing it is like just like it feels 10 times better. Like just thinking of like, oh shit, like I got something, you know. It just feels good, you know. It just feels like a release. And like even with this album, right? Like, you know, just even looking at some of the songs that I wrote on it, I might be even looking at them from a different perspective, let's say 1 or 2 years from now, and being like, you know, but I think this album in particular is definitely the one album where I could just feel like, you know, I did everything right. Like I know this is the one thing I know I'm confident about, to be like, you know what, yeah, I did. Even though there's like maybe one song I could have done better on, because sometimes I do be hard on myself sometimes a lot, but I think this is the one album I can just feel like, you know what, I did it. I definitely did it. No question about it. And I can look back 1, 2, 3 years from now and be like, yep, I at least that I did right. So at least I did something right. I think that's
so cool. Because we're all kind of perfectionists, and I can see it in you too. Like maybe you go back after the mix and it's like, well, maybe that, you know, that high pitched tone could be a little lower, or maybe I could have hit this syllable on this rhythm note, or man, it's like a big brain funk is what happens sometimes. And that's cool, man. You can look yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I did a great job. I put all this effort and time in. It's going to pay off. It is paying off. And at the end of the day, you love it. You're proud of it. And no matter what happens, it's yours, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, prior to that, you know, I've definitely taken like some losses, you know, just through personal stuff and family stuff. But, you know, I think at the end of the day, like, you know, I try to just, you know, stay focused and just focus on what just where the better days could take me. You know what I mean? So I think that's just where, you know, where I think that's just where I'm focused on right now, because I think I feel like I'm in a way I'm working towards my future more so than that, which
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm very like excited, not only for the next project I'm working on, but just I think just everything in life, because I think over the past 10 years has been such a roller coaster for me, because I started like off in high school, like just like in a way rapping, but like battle rapping kind of in a sense, but also just like really just like but when people know I can really write and rap, it's like, oh my God, he's really talented. He's really good, and he's really,
Nice.
I think it's just more of like it's like, so I think over the 10 years, I think it's definitely, I think I'm very lucky to say like I've kept it solid for the past 10 years, through the ups and downs and, the sideways stuff. And, but I think
Yep.
more so at the end of the day, I can definitely look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I can still do it. And I can still, like I'm like, my skills ain't too rusty, my skills definitely not even rusty.
Dude, you're just getting started, bro. You're just getting started. And 10 years right in the game. 10 years out the jump at 14 into 24.
Yeah.
You're only 24. You're just a young cat, man. You have so much ahead of you. I think if you just keep grinding like you are, keep doing what you're doing, I mean, sky's the limit. Maybe there's a little luck or maybe there's a little skill, but you got to roll the dice, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think it's more like, just believing in yourself and just really having that confidence, I think, more so in just, just being like, you know what?
Yeah.
Just being like, fuck it. Sometimes you just got to be like, fuck it,
Yep.
That's just what it is,
Exactly.
It's just is what it is, I mean.
Either you're going to do it or you're not.
Yeah, either you're gonna do it or not, because sometimes it does, it does like, because like we said earlier, it pays to play, you gotta pay to play, you gotta, and then that takes you even farther, you know what I mean? I think essentially at the end of the day, and then people notice it and be like, oh shit, he's really on top of shit. So
yeah,
I think
he's out there working, trying, giving back. You said you're all about good vibes and things like
100%,
that. I love that. I'm the same kind of way. One love and good music and just try vibing and chilling. Mm-hmm. But I gotta go a little off topic for a sec, because I learned something about you, which is really interesting for me. Now, I'm not Nardwar. I'm not gonna come out of nowhere with these facts and things, not yet at least. But I was reading. So you're strongly influenced by an elementary teacher who really kind of taught you the way. Can you expand a little on that? What happened there? How did they? Let me know. Like, how did they guide your way? Why was it so inspirational for you, this teacher?
Yeah, she was, her name is Miss Kisser. She was like such a real inspiration to me personally.
Shout out to Miss Kisser.
She's in Seattle right now. She lives in Seattle right now, but she's been such a inspiration to me personally, because she's just been like the realest. It's indescribable to me, because like she was in a way like a second mom to me, because like anytime like anyone was like anytime the kids were like playing out, sometimes I was in a way like her apprentice in a way. I was kind of like her little like when you have like the one important person, but then you have like the little sidekick like just running around.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what does this one do? What does this one do? What is this?
Mentoring almost.
Yeah, it was like yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was just what it was. It was like, she put me onto the early classics, like Ray Charles, it's even some of the Beatles, John Mayer, even a little bit, and I think that's kind of where my soul side comes from, because like revolving around that, alternative world.
Yeah.
And it's just like, she was just like really so influential to me, and it was like, oh my God, like she, so I think she was just like, she taught me everything, like how to like find rhythm.
But she was a music teacher.
Yeah, she was a music teacher. So like, I would just help her out like around class, and just like like she was like the one teacher I was so always excited to see every time, like even though sometimes she I was misbehaving a little bit, but she was,
Johnny,
Johnny, yeah, like like sometimes she was just like she would put me up like, Johnny, that was not nice. That's not what you
she really did. No.
Sometimes no, but
she kept you honest. It sounds. Yeah, sounds like she kept you humble.
But she was just the biggest thing to ever. It's like she, like, without her, I wouldn't be doing what I love doing, and I think she was
Wow, that's
definitely
amazing.
she definitely gave me like that alley, like she kind of gave me the torch and was like run my child, run with this.
Yeah, that's
Good with
cool.
it was like, and and of course we still keep in contact to this day still, which is really cool.
That's very
But
cool.
she's really watched me grow. I think she's the one person that really saw me as like a little toddler, like just squirming around, just like playing around with the keys on the on the piano, and like I used to
Oh
even
wow,
used to play drums even too, and like she really
nice.
like she saw me like really branch out, and I think so now that I'm here, like she like like I'm sure she's proud of me somewhere. I think. And,
Oh, we're gonna have to get this over to her because
yeah,
we're shouting her out.
of course.
It's tough to find a good teacher too. And when you find one, it's so influential and it's just so great. And it can really, like in your case, it kind of opened this new path. Like,
Oh,
did
yeah,
you listen
100%.
to a lot of music growing up before that, or was this like a just like a total game changer for you?
Yeah, in a way, yeah, it was kind of a game. I think it was both, though. I think I'd say the most because I just because she kind of put me around like the early alternative because I wasn't around like let's say the Guns N' Roses and the Molly Crew era,
Oh wow,
but
nice, dude.
but she did put me on to some of that. But I was sort of raised around like at least some of my personal influences, gym class heroes, the Fallout Boys,
Yes, sir.
you know what I mean?
Take a look at my
Yeah,
girlfriend,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Panic at the Disco, which is like definitely one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
wow.
Like so that kind of era was like definitely like, just So I think like definitely rock and roll, but I think just rock and roll was definitely like that. Definitely an inspiration to me personally. So I love that. Like, like I'm always a hip hop kid, but sometimes rock and roll is just I love I love Lucy.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So you're so well rounded with your influences. It's so cool to listen to because some people are kind of pigeonholed. They only if they're hip hop artists. At least from what we understand, from what we hear, from what's out there in pop culture and these interviews. Eminem looked up to Dre, and 50 Cent kind of looks up to Eminem in a way. And then there's like it's all hip hop, hip hop, hip hop.
Hip hop, hip hop.
It's cool to hear like the well-roundedness. You said Guns N' Roses, like whoa, okay, so you're bringing some hard rock into your music because you must be taking everything you've learned and everything you've listened to and all these life experiences and putting pen to paper rather.
Oh yeah,
and just getting it out there. It's so cool.
Yeah, 100%. Like me, like that's just what it is for me. Like I've always been like the things that I write about are just what I go through, but also just what I may feel at the moment. And sometimes I may say something just to like talk my shit. Like even in records, like
Sure.
like even in like like even in like I mean I'll tell a story, but sometimes I just talk my shit just to talk my shit.
Yeah,
what I'm
there's
saying?
different strokes for different folks, different songs,
Exactly.
different vibes for sure. Sometimes you got to lay down the law and take that top level, maybe get that ego going, and sometimes you got to be humble. I can understand that.
1,000%, yeah, and I think that's just that's the coolest thing about it is I get to really that's just the coolest thing about it because sometimes like I've always felt in charge when I'm writing, what I mean, especially with just the beat.
That's
I've
very
always just felt in
interesting.
charge, and I could just really be like, what, like I could, like even though I may feel something and be like, if I hear the right beat and I just like it, and the thing with my music, I try to diverse it a lot, just from boom bap, different shit, what I mean? And I think my versatility kind of shows it, and especially in this next album that I'm working on, I'm doing like a lot more versatile beats, things like that, and I'm just very,
Hell yeah.
Just
Hell yeah. That's cool, man. That's cool, Johnny. We're chilling out here. This is Knowledge's Degree here on Blind Knowledge, hanging out with Swaggar Dagger, aka Johnny the Dream Chaser. Johnny, what is the name of the new album, dude?
Self-Progression.
Why? Why that name?
My buddy, me and my boy Stefan Jasper, he lives like not too far from my house, like just a few minutes from my house. Like not even like it's like literally like a minute walk now.
Shout out to Mr. Jasper. What's up, dude?
We were I saw him. I was just going for like a regular walk, and then he just saw me, and I was like, "Yo, bro!" Like, because we haven't seen each other in a minute, because we've been boys since like, he's always supported me behind the scenes, and we've always like been homies for a while. Like, so he pulled me over and said, "Yo, bro, out of the new guy, like out of everyone in the city he's met, like bro, you're the only dude that's very been consistent and very like really grinding and really been putting your shit out there and really working. When it's like, and I was like, and it really stuck with me for a minute. And I was like, and I kind of laughed it off. I was like, I don't know, but I mean, when I also look at from the other side of other shit, like, you know what? That's to my horn. I mean, but I do press gas.
Yeah.
So I think more so, and I don't mean it like in a cocky sense of like, oh yeah, I'm better than all these.
Sure.
Yeah. I do it 10 times better, but in the sense, I think, it's just more like, me realizing like, oh man, maybe I am, like, yeah, I've been really been like working, because I think after In Swaggar We Trust, I thought I was gonna take maybe just a little bit of a break, but I think I was like, you know what? I think I have one more in me. Just I think I got just one. I got a few extra bullets.
Got some energy to get out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just like and I think that's when the name kind of hit me. It was like, oh, self-progression, because it's like now I think I just want to prove that like I'm not one of those artists that like puts an album out and then just like kind of drifts off and. For the next 2-3 years, like I want to be able to show like, no, I'm still here. Like I'm really here to I came to play and I'm here to stay for, well, however long, until God calls me. Like I'm here to play. Until God calls me, I'm here to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really here to really, not only make my mark, but also just like, really do what I love doing, and just always showing love to my, all the same artists that are in the same lane I'm in, and just so I think it's just really just me really just trying to prove myself a lot more with this album. I think with In Swaggar We Trust, it was a lot more soulful and like me just telling my story, but this one I'm just more like yeah, I'm good. This is kind of like even when Eminem did Kamikaze, this is kind of like my Kamikaze in a sense, but not without like this, but this is sort of like my Kamikaze. It was just more like
experimenting a little more.
Yeah, experimenting a little more with different sounds, and just definitely like fire. just trying to like keep the momentum just going, just an extra mile, and just let them be like, oh, like he's really consistent, So I think that's just the main thing that I want to really do, and of course it still has the same elements as far as like the storytelling and the honesty in it, just like in Swaggar We Trust. But I think I wanted to like really just just give it one extra, just give one more for the road, So I think that's
just for now, until the next one comes, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I'm sure after 10 years you must have some backlog content, some notebooks that maybe you have to dust off and read a little bit.
I got a dozen of them, dude. I got the bars, lines I wrote from like years ago. Even songs I never finished, and just it's a lot. It's a lot to say the least.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
So on the music side, and by the way, right now we got Swaggar Dagger. The song is called Supreme Being on the background. I don't know if you can hear it over there, Johnny.
Yeah, I can hear it.
We got jamming over here, man. I'm kind of like I'm into this stuff, man.
Yeah.
4 songs, 4 distinct songs. Man. So you got the writing, you got the delivery. Are you on the production side at all, or do you work with specific producers?
Yeah. Well, for this one, Supreme Being, my boy Colton, he has a new single out called Not Enough Pancakes, which is out now. And,
right on.
Shout out to my boy Colton.
Shout out to Colton.
Yeah, he just like, because I'm not really too full on the production side. You know what I mean? But I could definitely get my feet wet with that.
It's usually one or the other. Usually.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I could definitely get my feet wet with that if I want to. But like right now I'm just like kind of working with like different producers like Othello Beats, and I'm trying to like once again expand just like my sound, a lot more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and when we listen to these songs too, again, that one was Supreme Being. We got on the deck, we got Valley Stream Soldier, and I'm sure the audience will hear as this one fades out and the new one fades in. 4 distinct songs we got in the background here. Again, this one is going to be Valley Stream Soldier coming on in the background. Some of these songs are fast, some of these songs are chill, some of these songs got different flows. Yeah. Do you do that on purpose, or is it just come out that way?
Both, definitely both. I think, because sometimes I try to like really switch it up and really like
I noticed that. Yeah,
because
I like with polyrhythms sometimes, and sometimes you go with the offbeat. It's pretty cool. As someone like I understand my music theory, my percussions, and all that. I hear you like doing something a little different at times. It's pretty cool because it's polyrhythmic. It's almost like you go off time signature, but you still stay strong. It's very cool. So, does that just kind of come out organically, or do you just try to keep plugging away and keep challenging yourself?
Yeah. I try to challenge myself as far as like different beats. I mean, but even if I don't like the beat, I just won't use it. To be honest, though.
Fair, sure.
But if it's something that like I can really be like, oh yeah, this if I like it and like I know I can do well in, and I try to also up myself. I also try to raise the bar for myself a lot every track. Even though some tracks I've had a couple leaked songs for, but
they all can't be hits.
Yeah, but like players have like all what I'm saying, like all players have bad games, you know what I mean? But more so.
Yep, MJ did for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but I think just being able to really like just spread yourself out and just push more and more and more and more and more and more heavily. That's when it becomes more.
And that's what winners do. That's what great legends do. The best go into the gym. Athlete wise, Kobe used to say he was in the gym at like 5 a.m. Then he'd do the game, then he'd lift, and then he'd do the same thing the next day. And that guy was spinning circles around people. Was it Kobe or Shaq? Was it Kobe or Shaq?
Shaq,
dude, I think it was both. I think without without Kobe, Shaq wouldn't have done it. Without Shaq, because Shaq did it with Dwayne Wade.
Exactly. Yeah,
he had Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
In Orlando, but that's a story for another time.
Yeah,
Johnny, I gotta know. I got some questions, man. I got a whole clipboard of questions for you, man. Because I like talking to you. If you want to check out Swaggar Dagger, he's over on Instagram at JohnnyTheDreamChaser. He's also, he's everywhere. Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, YouTube. Check out Swaggar Dagger. Johnny, dude, why Swaggar Dagger?
So we went, it was back in 11th grade. Because I didn't really have a name at the time. And I was just like trying to figure out like a name as far as like, and we went to see the play, the Shakespeare play Othello.
Ooh.
And oh no, wait, was it? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Something. Yeah, it might have been
Shakespeare. Shakespeare was they say he was like the first hip hop rapper.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. Like, and then I think at the end it's sort of like he pulls out this dagger. I forgot the quote. I don't have the quote necessarily, but I got inspired by that, and I think when like it to me it kind of represented like conquering over everything you've been through, and like just being having like that always rising on top no matter what stands in your way,
yes,
and
sir.
Just having that always just rising above anyone that couldn't do, like you just do it. So I think. So when it comes to Swaggar, I got that, to a T. I still need some pointers.
Hell yeah.
Like, like taking, like standing your ground and just, having confidence and always just believing in yourself. So I think that's just when I combined the two together, it was like Swaggar Dagger. So.
That's cool, man. That's cool. You sound like you'd be a cool big brother or a big cousin or just like someone in the community that kids could look up to. You ever get involved in any of that?
No. I mean, but I have my moments though. I have my moments here and there.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, I mean, but I'd rather be honest as well, but also just show love to everybody, of course. Hopefully maybe I can. Hopefully I can one day. But definitely come back to Valley Stream and just show kids that you can just do anything you put your mind to. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think hopefully I could do that. For somebody out there, even if it's just one person or anybody out there. You know what I mean? So.
That's cool, man. Johnny the Dream Chaser, Swaggar Dagger, coming from the heart, the soul, the Valley Stream, bro. Are you still living around there, or?
Yeah, I'm still living around there.
Born and raised and kicking
it. Born and raised kicking it. But just still always staying focused.
Branching out, sure.
Yeah,
Sure. You got any gigs coming up anytime soon? Next month or two or tomorrow?
Yeah, I got one coming in March. I have 2 shows coming up in March, which I'm very excited for.
Winter is a tough time to get gigs, especially.
Yeah, it is.
Winter time, especially around New York, I'm sure.
Yeah. But in
COVID.
New York, but in New York, if we get the chance to do it, we'll do it without a doubt.
Yeah.
So, but definitely, I definitely got some more shows, which I'm gonna be announcing more soon. I got a little more surprises up my sleeve as far as concerned.
That's what I like, dude. That's what I like.
But right now I want to keep everything under wraps and just kind of like because for me, like, I like to just like let my work speak for itself and then just let
Smart.
what I mean? I'd rather just like, because I used to be that kind of kid on the ground, like, oh yeah, I'm out here, like, but now I just like kind of work. I like to just like work, even though sometimes I may post a pic here and there, but for the most part, I just try to like try to let it be low key and then just catch everyone off guard, like, oh shit,
less talk, more rock kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep it, just less talking, more doing. That's just what
And that's what's up. If you're gonna do it right. Show them what's up. I mean, you could be a flash in the pan. That's cool, but who wants to do that? Especially when you love it. You're not necessarily doing it for a paycheck at this point. I'm sure that's hopefully down the line. Maybe we can get some record labels on a spotlight for you here in the Spotlight series. You never know, man. Here at Blind Knowledge, we're just starting.
Yeah,
man,
of course,
Johnny, you are a friend of mine, a friend of ours. I'm happy we could do this. I got one more question for you before we wrap it up. And it's something that I always ask my guests, and it's a little kind of off the wall. So if you're ready, pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Pancakes. Okay. Pancakes, I love pancakes. Yeah, I like a little, a
little fluffy.
Oh yeah, a little fluff. But I also like I also went the other day. My brother bought me like these I remember my brother used to buy these strawberry waffles, these strawberry Eggos.
Okay, yeah.
Beautiful.
Props to the Eggo chef.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool. That's cool. I love IHOP. I could hang out there, bacon, drink chocolate milk all day long.
Me too, dude. Me too. I tell my brother all the time, like, yo, well, let's just go to IHOP one day, bro. Like, but.
Yeah. After the show, let's go to IHOP.
Fuck it.
Bring the girls.
Basically. Yeah.
1 a.m. IHOP trip, dude. Man, I'm just so impressed. I'm so glad you could come on. You're the first spotlight in our spotlight series. Normally I interview guests in person. I've hung out in tour bus. I've been behind the stage. We are on the internet, and I love it because I'm over here in Knowledge's Degree Studios. You're where you are over in New York. It's like 1,500 miles away, and it's a beautiful thing that we could get together.
No, Joey, dude, thank you so much for like just being cool with me, being transparent with me, dude. Sure. Like, thank you so much, man. Like, I'm definitely honored to be at least the first guest, probably.
Hell yeah, and this is just part one, man. We're gonna check in with you 6 months to a year down the road.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're gonna have to see how Swaggar Dagger's holding up, dude. Yo, this is Swaggar Dagger, aka Johnny the Dream Chaser. Check him out. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing. Man, he's on Instagram at Johnny the Dream Chaser. He's over on Twitter at Johnny the Dream 1. You can check him out as Swaggar Dagger on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, YouTube. You could probably check him out on CD. I don't know. He's probably everywhere. The songs we heard today on the background, we had Daytime Cruising. Number 2 was Underground Monopoly. Let's see. Number Trace was Supreme Being, and right now we got Valley Stream Soldier on here. Johnny, before we go, is there anything you want to tell the fine folks listening about you, or just anything at all that's on the top of your mind?
I just want to shout out Joey B, Blind Knowledge Network, of course. Once again, thank you guys for just rocking with me. Shout out to my brother who's probably not paying attention right now. I just want to say, and of course, get my boy Colton's new single, Not Enough Pockets, out right now. Swaggar We Trust out now. Self progression coming soon.
That's cool. Keeping it simple, keeping it humble, keeping it real. Johnny the Dream Chaser. Woo! Thank you, my man. Thank you so much. I'd shake your hand and give you a hug if I could.
Yeah, I would.
Unfortunately, we can't. So we'll see you next time. Guys, everybody, everyone, everywhere. Joey B, that is me. This is Blind Knowledge. The name of the podcast is Knowledge's Degree. This has been the Spotlight Series, episode 1 with Johnny the Dream Chaser, a.k.a. Swaggar Dagger. We'll catch y'all next time.
It's never over because I'm that soldier. Yeah, I think it's getting colder, but all we got is just forward. Let's get going. I'm that soldier. Yeah, ETA, we're getting closer. Soldiers, don't lose your composure. Remain focused. I'm that soldier. Yeah, I'm that soldier. Yeah. I'm a light one up for my niggas in town. Another one for everybody all around. In my head, I can hear the sounds.
That was fun.
That was dope, dude.
That was pretty dope.
That was dope, man. Thank you again, Joey, man. I'm so honored, man. This is like an honor, man. Okay,
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. If you can hear me.
Oh, sorry.
We had to do the whole time.
And we all have a shot at the paper chase, and we all can escape the paper place. Just know your worth and raise your race. Keep it 10 of your life and make.
Oh, can you hear me? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
How about now?
Can you hear me?
Oh, they are, dude. Yeah. Sorry, when I hit
sorry.
the end of the recording, I hit the button. Solo button.
Yeah.
Yo, that was pretty fun, huh?
Oh, thank you. No, Joey. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Honor,
I got you.
I'm honored, man.
I got you, man. I told you, man. I got you.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Sometimes, and I'm glad you stuck with me because you could have just been like, "Who the fuck is this dude?"
Oh,
and he says he does interviees, man, and we're waiting 2 months, bro.
dude, listen, dude. I'm open-minded, bro. That's the one thing, I'm always open-minded, man. No, I appreciate you, man. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I do what I can, man. I'm a musician too, so I get the struggle. I kind of, I wish I kind of stuck with it more, but those negative thoughts really do creep up on it. And it's like they say, is this worth it? Am I just embarrassing myself? Kind of shit. So. But I still play. I don't know if you can see. I got guitars over here.
Dude, you got it, definitely. If you got anything you want to, I'll send my way. I'll shout it out instantly, bro.
I appreciate that.
Well, it's not a problem. I'll do it in a heartbeat, dude. Not a problem at all.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I think that went really well.
Yeah, it did.
One of my better interviews, and because it's been a while too. It was a really good one for sure. I already tell.
Absolutely, man. Is it gonna be on YouTube soon? Or?
Yeah. So what's gonna happen is this is gonna be I'm backlogging content right now because I'm having a website built and I have to do some. I got to do a bunch of stuff. It was supposed to come out on
Tuesday. Yeah. Remember, you told me February 1st. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my web development guy had a panic attack and just called me back today.
Oh, gotcha.
I was like, Scotty, because now I look like an asshole because I sent out this email and like all this people, whatever.
I get it. No, dude, I once again.
That's when you say fuck it, right?
Yeah, no, dude, listen, dude. As a creator, I sympathize, bro. I absolutely understand, bro. I've been there, bro. I understand.
It'll happen when it happens, it is what it is, and I'm fortunate to have 18 shows, and we got a lot going on in the kitchen. And with this, I just want to let you know. So I got the video. I got to go through it. Hopefully Skype held up.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I think we did good though. I think it was good.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
I
say that because we got you talking. You said a lot of good things. I got to shut up a bit, and you were able to. I didn't have to keep interrupting, which is because I've had to do that. And when people just start, going monotone, like you're really upbeat, you brought it. You fucking brought it. So props to you. Man.
So did you, man. Of course. Man.
Always, dude. I'm doing this blind knowledge. I used to drink a lot. Let's put it that way. And now, I get it. Now I don't. Oh my god! So all the energy's back here, and it's like being in my early 20s again. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it, bro. I get it.
So here's what I want to do. So I'm gonna go back this weekend and early next week probably. I'm gonna edit the video. I got the audio separately too, just in case. So we get the podcast. So this will be on Spotify, the audio, and everywhere. Yeah. The video is going to be everywhere. YouTube is going to be right on the front page of Blind Knowledge. It's probably going to be the first thing people see.
Nice.
Yeah, my ugly mug and your nice smile, basically.
Listen, bro, I could use a little facial work myself, dude.
No.
No.
Dude. But when it drops, I need you to promote it. I need you to say and I'll let you know when that is. And what I'm gonna do too is when that drops, I'm gonna promote the shit out of you. I'm gonna take all these links you sent me, and we're gonna just promote you everywhere. And it's just gonna be a mutual thing, and we'll just go from there. Yeah, and I can send you a copy of this too. You can do it everywhere. You said some cool things, so maybe you could even listen to it back, maybe chop up some things and. Who knows? Maybe you'll sample me in a song or something. That'd be cool.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta think about
it. But it went great. It was definitely great. Definitely one of my favorite.
You had fun, right?
Definitely one of my favorite interviews I've done. Definitely.
Appreciate that, man. Oh, that actually makes me feel good. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Of course, man. Yeah, of course.
It's not about bullshit, and it's about being real.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you were right up there with the Suicide Girls. Not quite Suicide Girls, but almost, dude. I had a lot of fun.
No, me too, dude. Me too.
I got work to do, and I'm sure you got ladies to see or whatever you do.
I wish I did, dude.
Me too. Oh man, I just moved down here to St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find. First of all, it's hard to find and make friends right now because I don't go to bar. I don't really go out much. I work constantly. Like I have my 9 to 5, and then I got Blind Knowledge usually for like 4 hours, and in school too.
Yeah, I understand. No, dude,
it's hard to make friends, and it's hard to date. Oh, it's so hard to date. Yeah, the online dating thing, man. The apps. I'm trying.
Dude, I sympathize to a T, dude. If anything,
they never work for me. They never work out. So, but thanks a lot.
No, dude. No, but I had fun, dude. I definitely had fun for a fact. No,
I'm glad. I'll go out. Me too. All right. I'm gonna catch up with you later.
Later, man.
All right, Johnny. Take care. Thanks.
Take care, brother. Take care, Joey.